Hello, you guys. Namaste and blessings. What is up? I hope that you are finding yourself feeling blessed. Today, we're going into the depths. We're going to tap into our shadows. We want to ask our Divine Mother, our ancestors, and planet Pluto to speak to us about what's going on with our shadow. What is it that needs to be seen? What is it that needs to be addressed, love, understood? What is it? What is it? What is triggering this discomfort? So we just want to unpack, okay? I'm going to ask you to just please take a moment here, just setting your intentions, open those channels of receptivity, and let's see what is it that wants to come forward. Okay. I have found so much power within accepting the fact, right, that life is dual nature and we are complex human beings. The life is filled with complexity. Okay. All right, my love. So I have this pretty cool deck. Let's see. So please, Divine Mother, beloved ancestors, and celestial Pluto, would you please speak to us about our shadows? What is it that we need to talk about here? What is it that we need to see? Okay, I'm going to start with these three. First one, still corded. You cut them off, but not out. Your body remembers. You feel remembers, and that's where they still living. Ouchie. Ouchie. I have a feeling that this is about a past relationship, okay? And so if some of you have been working through releasing someone, okay, a past lover, or if you have gone through divorce or separation, our beloved mother is saying, hey, it's still hanging in there, all right? I want you to open yourself up to receiving this message. It is okay, all right? It is okay. And there's a reason why, all right? There's a reason why we're receiving divine revelations. We always want to be open to receiving truth, okay? So that we can seek help, correction, guidance, all right? Awareness. We have release is power. Freedom begins the moment you stop clinging. Let it go with love or with fire, but let it go. Okay? So look at the synchronicity of this situation. So I have come into the realization that sometimes the aspect of ourselves who's clinging to the past relationship was the one looking for an idolized idea of a father or a mother. Okay? I deeply feel that this got to do with your sense of safety and security. So once again, stay open, write things down, and ask yourself, what aspect of me, what part of me is the one struggling with really releasing this person completely? Sometimes I'm hearing a message, my left side is completely like clogged. This is about trap pain. Like your body still is processing the physical, it still is processing the release, okay? And now, if some of you have been thinking about working with fire, well, clearly you're being advised to do that, okay? We have untamed vision. What if your wildest vision is your true compass and everything else is just the noise? So for me, this energy feels like self-doubt, right? I just want to say when self-doubt comes or shows up, it's very easy for us to get pissed off and angry and frustrated. But at the end of the day, when we sit with self-doubt, and we say, all right, come on in. Come on, I embrace you. I love you. I hear you. I know you're trying to protect me. I know you're seeking security. I know you're seeking safety. Like, how can I support you, right? What is it that we need to do? Well, sometimes is that we just need to take a pause to go and freaking cry for 3 days, right? Sometimes we just have to give ourselves some break to just like process and talk to our inner child or our inner teenager, or maybe it's the divine feminine that is crying like, I remember not feeling safe. I remember doing things and I was not really valued and appreciated. So you know what I mean? Like I said, healing is not linear. There's a lot of complexity because life is complex. And so if some of you are going through a period of feeling wonky, self-doubt, write things down. Ask yourself, all right, what aspect of me needs support? How how can I support you? And what is your need? Sometimes those aspects of us are crying because they have a need. Okay, maybe they're tired, they just need rest. Sometimes it's just as simple as that. Okay, so what I'm also hearing is learn about your moon cycles. Okay, and for my ladies out there, let's just be honest, right? When we have our cycle, like, let's just honor your your cycle of being a woman, having a womb. All right, okay, come on, bro. Got it. All right, you guys, we have fact check. A false belief system will still feel true if it is never been challenged. How much of your truth is based on secondhand stories and emotional static? Wow, this one is pretty good. How many times during our days or in our life, right, can we find ourselves like assuming things about ourselves and assuming things about others? How many times are emotions or those aspects of us that are experiencing self-doubt, fear, or uncertainty start to like freaking create narrative and stories? So once again, what are the stories I'm telling myself? How am I integrating my past? How am I integrating what's currently happening to me? How can I support this aspect of me? And what are my needs, right? Once again. I just heard my tummy like, we are hungry. Speaking about needs. Avoiding pain. You have been sedating your soul with distractions and denial, but deep healing demands presence, not escape. Okay, so here we want to talk about coping mechanisms, right? Sometimes it's about narratives and stories. We become avoidant. Sometimes we just blame. We become avoidant. Sometimes it's about the narrative of, illusions, that Piscean energy. Somebody's gonna come and save me. Things are gonna fall on my lap. I don't have to do anything. Da 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 da. Okay, right? And so without presence, without you sitting raw with your pain or with the aspects of you that are holding on to pain, sometimes it's our physical vessel, ain't no healing. It's very normal for us to want to intellectualize life and pain, because feeling means that we're going to feel pain, and our body have its ways already, right? Mechanisms to protect us from feeling pain, because it sucks. All right. What else? Playing safe. You know what you are capable of, so stop pretending you don't, just to keep things safe, quiet, or familiar. And this is about the pain of not saying anything, the pain of pretending, the pain of wearing masks, the pain of, I'm going to play good person in order to not create conflict because I don't want to go through the discomforts. But in true, it is through the discomforts, the conflicts, and that we can then focus on solutions, right? There needs to be discomfort in order for us to grow. It's just nature. Don't blame me, it's nature. I know sometimes I have prayed and I say, Mother, I don't understand you. Like, I don't get it, but it is what it is. And so ask yourself, how are you playing safe? When are you staying silent, not saying anything? When are you really wearing masks? Because, that's what you learn. Look at your family dynamics and patterns. What kind of communication do you practice? How do you feel about problem solving? What are the things that you do to avoid feeling pain or getting your beautiful nalgas, into a place to where you take action and you become accountable and you take responsibility, all right? We have a scarcity wound. With scarcity isn't just material, it shows up in how you love, how you trust, how you receive. Are you brave enough to believe there could be more? So sometimes we stay in relationships and jobs and situations because we believe that there's nothing out there. So I better just hold on to this because letting go of this means that there's nothing out there. So having that perspective, that perception, integrating life like that is coming from a place of scarcity, right? And so we want to reevaluate life. Am I really open to the abundance and prosperity of our divine mother? Is my perspective coming from a place to where there's no lack, or am I creating lacking scarcity and then projecting those beliefs onto our divine mother? Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm really, really processing that one personally. We have sacred roar. With you have been, sorry, you held in long enough. The healing begins when you give it a voice. Speak and you will feel the shift. So this is about having the courage to put yourself out there, having the courage to learn new things, having the courage to create, to decree, to have uncomfortable conversations, to make phone calls, to send an email, to investigate, get paperwork, get information. You know what I mean? This is it. This is about I'm giving my power a voice through embody action, right? So I'm no longer waiting. I'm no longer creating justifications the why I'm here and narrative so that I play small and I struggle, right? We want to look at dependency, okay? Emotional codependency. Ask yourself, what does it mean to forgive and what does that look like for you? Forgiveness is a process. There's stages to forgiveness. Give yourself grace. Stop assuming things. Notice when are the parts of you that are trying to protect you or to procrastinate on something or because you're not sure. Creating narratives, and now you're projecting those narratives and harsh feelings onto people and you start to like reject them. But at the end of the day, because when we do that, at the end of the day, that's just like you rejecting aspects of you, and that is you. If you don't see it with your own stuff, right? We do those kind of things where we project our pain onto people and situations. And like I said, we are masters when it comes to projection of our shadows. Practicing awareness and mindfulness, it does really require, intention. And ask yourself, how many times have you really have the courage and the strength to see raw in your physical vessel without coping with anything, substances? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. This is not a judgment, but that's an escaping, right? That's how we escape too. So, all right, cool. Now I'm going to, use tarot to just go deeper into providing more information. I want to say thank you to our Divine Mother, our ancestors, and to the celestial energy of Pluto that are bringing information. Queen of Wands, she's the Queen of Transformation. Temperance, that's about healing. And the Five of Pentacles, boom. So here we have the world of the universe, right? Nothing changes if you don't change. Temperance is going to take you into a journey of healing, right? This is about the alchemical freaking process of having to experience calcination, negredo, what is to truly, truly transform. This is, I am ready to sit with the discomfort. Temperance bring healing, but it's not because you are bypassing. It is very intentional. Sitting with temperance is having reverence. I will say for me, my experience of reverence is this energy of, I know I have to sacrifice something, and sometimes what I have to sacrifice is my coping mechanisms. Most of the time, it is sitting with the pain and feel the fire of the Creator and the purification of the waters and the elements within me, moving stuff inside my physical vessel, and then going through nights where I'm like going through sweats, and then experiencing very deep and triggering dreams. So when temperance is present, this is divine alchemy. This is, I know, Five of Pentacles, that I am meant to surrender what is no longer serving me, and I'm open and receptive to divine guidance. I have reverence, right? I know that the only way forward is by me seeing and integrating my shadow. And with the Five of Pentacles, this is reevaluating life, right? This is transmutation of your primal Mercury, lower Mercury, right? And so it takes a lot of courage, strength, and a deep desire to really transform in order to sit with temperance, right? Yeah. This is about the truth. I pray for the truth. Right? How many times do we pray for the truth and then we start to receive very challenging situations? And it's through those situations that brings a lot of discomfort that we come into finding out the truth. Yeah. Then Queen of Wands, right? You see how she's holding this Shira? Those are her lower instincts. She knows what she needs to transform. She understands the gift of knowing our light and our shadow, the gift of transformation, real transformation. And real transformation happens when we integrate our shadows and when we go through a process of transmuting what is no longer serving us in every area of our lives. It's not just one. Complexity, right? Look at the astrological houses, and every house brings lessons, and every astrological alignment is going to trigger situations and lessons regarding money, finances, your capacity to take accountability, relationships, what is harmony, your foundations, right? Tower moments, challenging divorces, you're getting sick, losses. Is just life. So the Queen of Wands, she knows that there is a higher power, right? She understands she understands the human experience, and that's why she can tame herself, right? She's no longer reacting, oh my God. No, she knows the Five of Pentacles. She knows what's to go through temperance. She's a queen. And she's the queen of transformation. She knows how to utilize also her shadows, how to integrate them, give them a freaking new frequency and energy, and move forward and face what it needs to face. And that's why she's a queen. She's that aspect of our divine mother that's going to protect what she needs to protect, that's going to have reverence for her journey. It's that aspect of the divine feminine that utilizes willpower and says, we're moving forward. This is what needs to be done. And it's an energy of an expression of love through action, through the process of giving away with this temperance. I'm giving away what has been creating a sense of comfort and belonging, and all of the narratives and the justifications and all of the coping. So, this is pure alchemy. Anyways, I feel like I'm just gonna leave it here. I know that this is a little intense, but this is where we at, because at the end of the day, we have to become and we have to activate that Queen of Wands and Temperance, right? All right, you guys, may you be blessed on your journey. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. Let me know if this resonated. It does make a difference when you take the time to leave me a comment. I'm truly honored. And once again, blessings. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.